Adding a tooltip to each form field. Assistive technology reads only the tooltip property of a form field aloud to the user. The name of the form field is not voiced. The tooltip information is how a user knows what they're supposed to enter into a form field. If a user chooses to only read the form fields in a document without the contextual text content, the tooltip is imperative for them to have a good user experience. So here we are back in our tuition reimbursement request and authorization form. And let's take a look at the tooltip property that we want to add to each form field. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on this form field a little bit to make it easier for us to see. And then I'm going to come up here to the All Tools tab, and I'm going to choose Prepare a Form. Now if I double click on a form field, it's going to show the properties of that form field. And you'll notice that in addition to the name of the form field, there is a field for a tooltip. Now, as I said before, the tooltip is what gets voiced to the user who's using assistive technology. The name field does not get voiced. So for that reason, it's important for us to give the user an appropriate tooltip so they understand what they're expected to put into this form field. So for my tooltip here for the employee name, I'm simply going to type enter the employee name, right? That's really all you have to do. The guidance when writing a tooltip is you can eliminate the pleasantries, right? We don't have to say, please enter the employee name, and we don't have to tell them where because they're already in the form field. So we don't have to say, enter the employee name here. We just want to be very concise, very to the point. And in this case, I'm saying simply enter the employee name. And that gives the user an understanding of what they're supposed to enter into this field. So if I come over here to the employee ID, right, I'll just move this out of the way here. In the tooltip, I'm going to type in here, enter the employee ID. And then finally, for the date of request, I'm simply going to type enter the date of request, right? Very simple, very to the point. Now, these other form fields, I've already added tooltips to them. So I've kind of sped up the process so we don't have to go through and add a tooltip to every one of these form fields. But it is a requirement. And to show this to you, I'm going to go ahead and close this property dialog, and I'm going to get out of form editing mode. I'm going to go ahead and save my form here. And then if we come over here to our All Tools, I'm going to choose Prepare for Accessibility, and I'm going to choose Check for Accessibility. And I'm just going to run the basic Acrobat checker here, but I want you to see that under the Forms category, you can see there are two primary requirements here. One is that the form field is tagged, and the other one is that all of the form fields contain a description. And so in my case, the form fields do in fact contain a description, which is the tooltip, and therefore this is now satisfying those requirements for my form fields. So for this particular document, now when a user is reading this form and they're filling out this form using assistive technology, when they get to that form field, it's going to voice the tooltip and they're going to understand what they're supposed to enter into that field.